Welcome to Edward's Garage. This is a little YouTube show that I'm going to start up, and it's basically about just working on projects. I do a lot of projects, and I love to share them with you. So today we got a simple one. We're just going to be replacing the tail light bulbs in my wife's car. She's got a burnt out brake light, and we decided that, you know what, let's put some LEDs in. So the tail lights we'll be using today are, as I mentioned, LEDs. I got these off of Amazon. They were four for $10, so pretty cheap. Now, one thing that we might run into is because LED bulbs use a lot less power than regular incandescent bulbs, that can sometimes throw off the computer in the car and cause little weird issues. So I'm going to be putting them in and hoping for the best. If it turns out that it doesn't work properly, then I may need to add a resistor into the wiring that leads up to the light bulb. So hopefully that's not the case. If it is, that's easy enough to do. That'll be a project that I can videotape as well, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, let's get started. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is going to grab my trusty impact driver and remove the screws off of the back here. I like to make use of the Ryobi 1 Plus line. Very, very good tools, very inexpensive. You can see this one's had a lot of use and abuse. It's still going strong. It's going to be hard to do with one hand, so please excuse my poor videography skills here. It'll get better once I get a tripod set up. Alright, so there's the two outer screws. Now, it might be as simple as that. Have a look. Yep, it's all coming loose already. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're replacing the brake light bulb. So that, of course, is this one right here. And if we look around to the opposite side, we can see that's sort of connected with a twist on. So basically, to take these off, just lefty-loosey and pull it straight out. And there's our bulb. Pretty easy. Now these ones kind of slide in, so basically you just got to pull it straight out. Alright, so that's that kind of bulb. Not sure what the name of that is. Most newer cars are going to be using bulbs like this though. So older cars tend to use these kinds of bulbs. And these are basically, they're insert and twist. Pretty simple. This is a single pole. And then there's also, for brake light, turn lights, or turn signal combination bulbs, have a double pole on the bottom here. And that is actually what this is as well, except this is a newer design. You can see it's got 4 wires, and then this has 3 wires. Of course, 2 of these are the same. They're both ground, and then the other 2 are for one filament and the other filament. And you can also get this style in an LED as well. Pretty cool, eh? Alright, so we'll go ahead and pop this in. Now, basically the way these work, this car actually uses one sort of, or one of these poles for your running lights and the other pole for the brake lights. So I do need to figure out which is which, because they go in both ways. So I'm just going to put it in and see what happens. And if it doesn't work, then I'll swap it around. Alright, so that's installed. I'm just going to leave it out for the moment, and we'll turn the headlights on. Alright, so got the headlights on, and immediately there is a problem. I got nothing happening here. And on the other side, that one is on. Alright, so I'm going to take it out, switch it around, see what happens. Alright, to switch it out, I've gone ahead and shut the headlights off again. And we'll pull this out, flip it around 180 degrees, and pop it back in. What do we got? Nothing again. Interesting. Well, that's a problem. Well, I got 4 of these bulbs, so I'll try another one. Okay, got another bulb here. Let's give this one a shot. This is a little bit tricky with one hand. Oh, hey, there we go, we got a light. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to make sure that the actual light is the correct direction, but I am by myself here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang this out on the outside of the vehicle a little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to see it from that mirror when I press the brake pedal, and hopefully it gets brighter. Let's give this a shot. Doesn't help, of course, that it's really bright and sunny here. May have to do this a little bit differently. Alright, so awesome. Looks like I can see, I don't know if you can see it in the video here, I'll try to zoom in a bit. There's our light bulb there. So here's me hitting the brakes. Light comes on, that's good. Now when I go ahead and turn the lights on, brake light, or the light comes on as well. I press the brake and it gets brighter. So it is working properly now. There's brakes, and then of course with your lights changing on and off doesn't make a difference because it's just as bright. But tail light, brake light, tail light, brake light. So it is definitely working properly now. So at this point I can go ahead, put that one back together and do the other side, and then we'll fire up the car, try the lights, see what happens, make sure everything stays functional and proper. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one back in first. So a simple, put it in, and righty-tighty. Simple as that. Now, if you're doing this on your own, I would recommend not just letting the light fixture hang from the wires like this. This one's really light, so I'm not really concerned about it. But I've only got one hand to work because I'm holding the camera with the other. So that's why I'm doing this, but not really a recommended way to do it. Okay, so let's pop this one out. Alright, so let's put this bulb in. I currently do have the lights turned on. And they do require a bit of a push, but I got it backwards. So I'm going to put the camera down for a second. Alright, so I installed the other bulb, and it would only come on if I pushed it down really hard. So there's a little bit of a trick that you can do here to make these bulbs work a little bit better. Sometimes it doesn't always work, it depends on the issue. But what it is basically just taking these little wires and pulling them, sort of, not pulling them out, but bending them out a bit. So to do that, I'm just going to put the phone on the desk here. And basically all we're going to do is we're going to take these little bars, let's focus in on that, there we go, and I'm just going to put a screwdriver in behind them and just pry them out a little tiny bit, that's all, not much to it. You can see I got it sticking out a bit now. Get this one out as well, there we go. The other side. Now that can make a big difference, believe it or not, something as simple as that. Alright, so now when we put it in, these are sort of prepped and ready to make a connection. Awesome. Hey, first time's a charm. Now, just move it around a little bit, make sure it's still going to stay. Oh yeah, it's working. Okay, I'll do the same thing again. I will have a look at that bulb while pressing the brake to make sure it works. Stay. Alright, get my foot on the brake. This time I can actually see it from here. And it's working. So I can now put the whole thing back together again. Alright, so when reinstalling the light fixture, there's just one thing you want to make sure of, and that is basically that these pins go into the little holes in the body of the vehicle. Now, I know this is a Saturn Vue, and maybe you're watching this video and you don't have a Saturn Vue, but the cool thing is that a lot of these light fixtures are created equally. They're created the same way on so many different vehicles, makes and models. Again, even my old 1999 Isuzu Trooper has a very similar style of putting the light fixture back in. Sometimes you'll not only have screws on the outside here, but you'll have a screw on the inside. But I think that's actually pretty rare. I think most vehicles nowadays are going to be designed like this. So we're going to go ahead and just make sure that those line up properly. Let me just get my third hand here. Alright, so it's nice and lined up. Just got to put the screws in. So, not very tight, of course. It's all just plastic, so we've got to be careful. That's all it needs. Alright, so we're in the vehicle. We're going to give it a quick shot, see what happens here. I imagine everything's going to work fine. Yeah, don't mind the service engine light. That is a completely unrelated issue. That'll make another video, actually. We have a bad wheel sensor on our wheel speed sensor on the right rear side that I need to fix. So it's throwing off the ABS, it's throwing off the traction control, and it's also giving us a service engine light. But completely unrelated issue, not to worry about. Okay, so we have regular headlights. That's working good. We've got those. Oh, there's that terrible music again. Shut up. Sorry, Shane Phelan, but I'm not into your music. So we got headlights. We got high beams. We've got normal sounding turn signals. They're not going too fast or anything. I can see the reflection off the wall in my garage, so they're working properly there. I'm going to go ahead and turn the car around so that it's in the darker section of the garage so that we can just make sure, see what it looks like, really. Okay, both of the tail lights are working and looking great. See the LED in there. So this is just the running lights, so when your headlights are on or your parking lights are on, that's essentially what it looks like. And it's nice and clear, nice and bright. Maybe hard to tell on the video, but it's actually pretty bright. But it's not too bright. It's actually the right amount of brightness for this vehicle. And I just realized, and this is cool, there's another light down here, and I do have actually LEDs that fit in there, so maybe I'll throw one in there as well. They're a different type of LED bulb, but I don't know, if I'm feeling industrious, I might just do that. Alright, so that is our brake lights looking substantially brighter. Again, maybe hard to tell. Maybe hard to tell by the video, but definitely brighter than just the running lights. I kind of wish I was rolling a second ago because there was a massive explosion. Probably not too far from here, probably within the, I don't know, 10 kilometers or so, because holy crap was it loud. And the sound kind of traveled across. You could hear the echo. It was pretty crazy. No idea what it was, but I still got power, so... Anyway, so there you have it. Brake lights, tail lights replaced with LEDs. I want to thank you guys for watching. I know this was a simple project today, but I'll definitely have some more interesting projects. As a matter of fact, today I also need to install a throttle body. So, stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for watching. Take care.